Here's the top stories for October 16th. President Marcos says his SALN is open to all. Ombudsman Remulla says Discayas will definitely face imprisonment. Vice President Sara says she's not involved in flood control scandal, but she could be implicated. Potential cyclone may make landfall over central or northern Luzon, PAGASA says. UN's World Food Program warns donor cuts are pushing millions more into hunger. President Marcos said he is willing to make his statement of assets, liabilities, and net worth available to anyone who requests it, as part of the government's effort to restore transparency and accountability. Marcos said this after the Office of the Ombudsman removed the restrictions on access to the said documents. The president said his administration will follow the previous procedure that allowed easier public access to officials' SALNs, a system that, he noted, had been suspended under the previous administration. Ombudsman Jesus Crispin C. Remulla said that contractor spouses Curly and Sara Discaya need a reality check and face the fact that they will be imprisoned for their involvement in the ghost and substandard flood control projects in the country. During an interview, Remulla reacted to the spouses' decision to no longer cooperate with the Independent Commission for Infrastructure on its probe on the flood control mess. Their decision effectively shut down their plea to be state witnesses. Regardless of the Discaya spouse's decision, Remulla said that the investigation of his office will remain unaffected. They are not the only witnesses, and it is unlikely they will not be jailed, he said. Although Vice President Sara Duterte maintained that she had never handled flood control projects in her position, she claimed that she could be implicated because of her last name. Speaking to reporters during the Pandesal Forum in Quezon City earlier today, the vice president said she is confident that there will be no evidence linking her to the current corruption scandal. "I am sure that the flood control scandal will not reach me," she said. She claimed that even former Department of Public Works and Highways Secretary Manuel Bonoan, or contractors, can testify that she never had any infrastructure project with the Public Works Agency. The low-pressure area east of Visayas now has a high chance of developing into a tropical depression within the next 24 to 36 hours, and could make landfall over central or northern Luzon in the coming days, PAGASA said earlier today. As of 10 a.m., the weather disturbance was spotted 1,355 kilometers east of eastern Visayas. PAGASA said the low-pressure area is expected to enter the Philippine area of responsibility on Thursday. If it develops into a tropical depression, it will be named Ramil. The United Nations Food Aid Agency said Wednesday that severe funding cuts from its top donors are especially hurting its operations in 6 countries, and warned that nearly 14 million people could be forced into emergency levels of hunger. The World Food Program said in a new report that its funding this year has never been more challenged, largely due to slashed outlays from the U.S. under the Trump administration and other leading Western donors. It warned that 13.7 million of its food aid recipients could be forced into emergency levels of hunger as funding is cut. The countries facing major disruptions are Afghanistan, Congo, Haiti, Somalia, South Sudan, and Sudan, it said. Stay updated with the latest news. Visit our website at www.mb.com.ph or follow us on social media. Thanks for tuning in to the Manila Bulletin Daily Rundown.